No gems, no gears, no support.
It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
What's up, guys? Master Styles here. Welcome you back to Inside Gaming, your go-to source for all things Eternal Evolution. And today, yes, I know in the last video, if you watched it, I said I was not going to invest anything more in terms of, bringing his awakening to a higher level. But boy, was I wrong. My goodness. This guy, in situations, let me explain it before we even hop into that, where he has high HP enemies, he is a god in terms of like the level he's on. For damage comparison, right? Amat's at the top of the totem pole. Of course, Amat needs the additional units around her. We need Deji, Sekai, Serve, and Akai, right, to get that big damage going. This guy at Awaken 3, right, we're gonna do a little stuff with him. You're gonna see what he can do at Awaken 3, right? I don't want to oversell this guy because I feel like if they change this, right, then his value is going to drop significantly, right? But it depends. It depends on how the restriction is going to be. This HP steal here is absolutely busted. We're going to see here, right? So again, I have him here at Awaken 5. The Awaken 5 doesn't really matter. It helps. The ultimate's a lot bigger. It's more around him. It helps. Gearing. I know you're going to ask that question. At this point, right? Gearing, you can run no gears at some point, and he'll still steal the HP if their HP is high enough. HP, and HP. Crit rate is also another way to go, right? Because again, I think his common skill. What's the common skill that he used? I think it's this one, Touch of Despair, right? This one here, and it says, listen to this. When HP is below 50%, the damage of skill increases by 50%. And sometimes he's just backhanding the enemy and literally just they're over with, right? But again, as for Garen, opportunistic. Once we get to 7, right? 7 is looking very interesting. I know it's like I'm backpedaling on what I said. You know what this reminds me of? Nord's Awakening. Once you got them to those levels, then you kind of see what he was capable of. But this here could be completely busted too, right? Because when you couple this with the HP that he steals from the high HP enemies, especially in story, Twilight Lands, Exotic Expedition, we're going to go into all of those contents and see what he can do there. Because again, I think in terms of damage, actually, no, there is somebody else that can rival him in terms of damage. But we'll see if they fix that bug or not. If they don't fix that bug, then he could be second. But for right now, based off what he got in his kit, he's actually at the top for damage, right? This one here could be very interesting, running high accuracy. It's like going back on everything I said in the previous video. Let's just disregard all of that because, again, I didn't realize where I didn't see the potential in the HP steal. And now I'm like, I need more teleports, right? He had more teleports, which would have been great, right? So again, 7 here. This is based off of his max HP. So if he steals over 100 million HP, right, 10% of that, still a lot, and you're getting knocked down, so you're gonna get some big damage there, right? So that is that there, right? So we're just gonna go into it. I'm gonna go into it. So look at where we are, right? We're at 154-5. This guy here, right? They actually couple well. I love this part right here. So when it says here, ally heroes triggers ignore death effect, gain 40% damage increase and lifesteal for 5 seconds. In this situation, he dies right away, right? So he ends up dying right away. So he goes right into invincibility. His damage is going to be increased by 40%, and he's going to steal HP. Let's just watch him here. Let me see if I can remove this one. Let me remove this stuff. We're gonna first off, we'll remove all these gears. Right? We're gonna remove all these gears. We take him out. Can he beat this? Possibly. Right? Well, I'll just keep that in there. It don't even have lifesteal. I just realized that. Let's just remove it. We don't even need that. Right? So again, the HP of the enemies plays a huge part in all of this. So for me, I would say they should keep it, right? They should keep it because again, he's not an OP in every situation. It's just situations where the HP of the enemy is very high. So let's just see here again and see what he does. This is story. So he goes into, he steals their HP, and as you can see, it's pretty much over after that. Oh, he survived. He backhands him into out of existence, and that was that, right? Literally, that's what he does, and he can do that at Awaken 3. Yeah, I've seen it at Awaken 3, and that's why I brought him to 5. Right? So story, I don't want to run through all of story. I like to keep story around just in case I want to see what they can do there. So there's that, right? You know that one. Then of course the wall of all walls, right? A lot of people get stuck on this one. Same situation. We're gonna take this off, right? This is, let's just go back and confirm it. Week 18 of Exotic Expedition. He's going to excel here, right? We'll take this off. We're not using no gems, no gears, no support. I think that's everything, right? Let's see how he does here. This is mind you, look at the HP steal though. And you know how devastating Barag can be. So here, he just need to pop his ultimate here. And of course, I wish he had lifesteal, but we didn't put that on him. And he doesn't need it. So again, that was 18. Now mind you, a lot of teams are not beating that. And he soloed it by himself. All he had was a commander. Right? So again, the other question I know you're going to ask is, can he do that at 3? Possibly, right? Obviously, the ultimate's a little bit different, so it helps a little bit, right? Of course, it's going to do a little bit more damage because it's based off his HP, so that's going to help with the ultimates, but the common skill stays the same, right? Thing is, when he goes against this type of boss, he doesn't do well here. So again, there is some shortcomings there, right? It's not like he's blowing through all content. He struggles with certain content, so he doesn't do well there. I haven't tried him on this boss. Chances are he's gonna end up dying too, because it's when he has a lot of units around him that has high HP. I tried him in here. He doesn't do well here either. Ends up dying, and he has all the additional protection to get him going, but he doesn't really help much here, even though this boss has high HP, interestingly enough. One place I was very interested to try him is because, again, when I'm thinking about it, Twilight Lands, right? I'm keeping Twilight Lands in mind, and I need to beat this anyways, right? So 35 is the only one that I didn't beat, and I'm gonna try to see if I can get him to solo it. So of course we gotta go through this. Normally, I skip it, but we'll go through it. This one could be annoying because of Muka. Muka's very tanky. Like, if he can get his little wolves off, it's hard to kill him. And I kind of want to remove Emma from here because she's annoying because she pushes them back. I don't want that. And then over here, we can give them, actually, whatchamacallit, Durelli. Durelli's locked in where? Where's Durelli locked in? Yeah, actually, they need Durelli. Yeah, they do. They can give them that. That would make more sense, right? So again, usually I'll skip it, but for the sake of the video, let's just go through it and we get to see a little bit of the summoners. Of course, I can't run Team Annihilation because, again, I need to have the energy units in the second round, right? But again, this guy, man, if they fix him, obviously his value is going to go down a lot. Right now, I have him at SS plus in terms of situations where enemy has high HP. So Kotojian, he actually one taps all of the Kotojians. He would one tap this too, right? All of this stuff easily because he just steals their HP, and then that's the end of that, right? So this one could be annoying. It all comes down to if I should have turned that off. If we can get Buka into the cycle of taking damage and taking out his summons, right? And we just lost thing. Actually, no, he's alive. I still see a thing there, so he'll come back to life. But I have what's his name here, Wukong here for the execution because we just need to get them in range, and then Wukong will take care of the rest. Right? Very simple, very easy. Now, before we get started, right? Stop it. Just freeze it there. Right? No gears. I think he might need the help though. But again, let's try it without the additional stuff and see if he can get it done without the knock, because he can't even do knockdowns anyway. So let's remove that. And the middle piece. Remember, he doesn't. Does he have healing in this kit? I think he does. But let's just see if he can do it without having any gears on, right? So he stole their HP there, right? We still have a few more seconds till he can get another one. And that backhand there is just nuts. So here is dangerous. This is very dangerous here. Okay, so he ended up taking them out. That was weird that he didn't kill them there. He survived it. But the problem is, right? The problem he's going to run into is that his critical damage reduction is going to run out. There we go. But let's just see here. Some odd reason he's not hitting everybody, right? It's like he hits a few of them and then he doesn't hit everyone. So watch. Okay. So again, if he was at 7, then he would have the additional, what is this? Life steal. Not life steal, HP steal. So he needs to get down to 50%. I don't know if he can do it at his current level. He might need some additional help, right? Let's see. Because he's not going to steal any more HP, right? I don't think so. But the damage that he does is just nuts. Like, his damage is crazy. Okay. Yeah, I don't think he'll be able to do it. Because it seemed like it's single target. Is it weird? Is it me? Like, the backhand is multi-target, right? This is a touch of despair. But just the mere fact that he can even do this, like, with the right teammates, I'm pretty sure he'll be able to easily, like, if you put Canis in here, right? Well, they might blow up. And then make him bigger after he steals the HP and make him bigger. That he can do it. Okay, so he can't, you know, you gotta be some type of limitations, right? But I'm very impressed the fact that he was even to get that far. And some of the damage is not even connected, as you can see. Like, look, watch when he casts his ultimate here. It should be hitting everyone, but it seems like it's just the waterfall doesn't really do as much damage or see. But the fact that he did that much by himself with no gears. So now, right? I was thinking ahead. I thought about it. Because I'm thinking Twilight Lands. Let's go with this one and see if he can get it done with this. Because now he should be doing a lot more damage. He steals the HP. He actually steals the HP twice. Because at, what is that? 12 seconds, he should jump and steal. He only stole from 1 there. Wish he would have got into the crowd. Okay, see? Now, mind you, he got the, now he got the juice now. Yeah, look at that. So with the gears, and I'll show you these gears. Man, this guy's just gonna run through Twilight Lands like it's a joke. Wow. Okay. So you've seen it. He's gonna get it done. He just needed a little bit of gears on him. And yeah, that's that. So this just shows you that when it comes to Twilight Lands, if they don't put that cap on in terms of how much HP he can steal, he will run through all of the bug content. I think he'll solo 18-7 by himself. No, I don't want to say 10 because maybe the boss's age, he might not be able, but it's 3 of them, so he might teleport right into that. So he may end up stealing a good amount of HP there. So we'll have to wait and see what they do. But again, I'll show you those gears there that he was running. So I decided to go bug gear. Bug gear actually did phenomenally, made a big difference. And I was running HP here, HP and crit rate, and the additional is what, 40%. So again, this gear set here, right, plus him at Awaken 8 would do what, 70% more damage to bugs. Like, what? Think about it. The damage up by user or their summons is increased by 50% against normal bugs, elites, and bosses. The effect of this skill can't stack, of course. I know it can't stack, but these additional ones have the increase, the insectoids increased by a certain percentage, right? So it ended up being 40. So we actually beat this one, right? So is it in the books, or are they just gonna hate on the kid? It's in the books, right? And now when you go look, you're like, wow, oh, it's there. So again, no gems, no support, just some gears in that situation. But he got it done. You've seen what he did to all of the content that he's faced in terms of high HP, right? Let's just see how he would do in these little ones, right? These are the ones here that, can he do that stuff? I don't think so, but we'll see, right? They don't have a high HP. We'll give this time. No, we can't. I was gonna say we're gonna give it to him, but we cannot. You want to know why? Because we didn't give it to him none of the other ones. Why are we giving it to him now? And plus, I need to do this anyway. So we'll go through these. And no, that has to stay. Turn off Durelli, because Durelli is just a one-tapping machine. And pull up the boy here. And no gears. Let's see how he does here. I need to put 4 here. And again, I don't really expect much here, because you need to do true damage. And if he steals HP, he's not dying. And this is bad. He jumped over there. That is the worst place to steal HP from. That is the worst place to steal HP from. Yeah, I wanted him to steal HP from the boss, not from them. But again, the downside is that he does jump to the unit with the lowest HP. So again, if he's facing like vanguards, he's gonna jump back towards the support. But his damage is okay. I feel like if he could have gone towards the boss, maybe get a little bit more HP from the boss. But I don't really see. You see the difference here. It's not as OP in certain situations, which is great. Kind of want that balance. He's not gonna die because of the fact that he starts out with 320% crit damage reduction, which is nuts. So he's not even gonna be able to beat this. I think fade out. Who was telling me fade out? Someone was telling me try fade out, because then he'll just keep going down. He heals. It looks like it, right? But I wish he had a revive though, because then fade out would be nuts with this guy. What? But again, he's not OP in this situation. But let's see what happens with the bug gear. Let's see if that helps, right? Yeah, I know. Thanks for letting me know that I'm missing some stuff. I don't want to use all of that. Definitely don't. Yeah, so let's go here and see. If he could have just literally just jump. I just wanted to see him jump where the boss is. And of course, yeah, he's going to jump over there again. Their HP is very low. Very, very low. I think those things give you energy, right? Well, at least it's a little bit better. You can see the difference in the damage. Once you put on that additional bug gear, you start doing crazy damage. So again, the question would be, where is the damage coming from when he casts his ultimate? Is it from the fall? I don't think so. Or is it the bottom to sea, right? I think so, right? But again, that is that there. I don't really want to go into this one because chances are he's going to end up, dying. I was playing around, trying some different things there. Let's just see with, what's his name, tanks. Maybe if we put on the gems, definitely. Yeah, because if that increase in the gems is definitely going to do a lot. Let's remove all of these. There's no faster way to remove these. Guess not. But again, as you can see in the situations that he's been in, he's been good, right? Especially when there's high HP. In this one, I think he's gonna end up dying, right? Yeah, because he can't do anything about the shields. Yeah, the first one, yeah, he's dead. He can't break the shield, so he's gonna end up dying. Boom, dead. Yeah, figured that. Makes sense, right? Can't break the shields, and this one here is the same thing. Gonna be the problem of, yeah, as you can see, I'm trying different things, see what works, what doesn't work. But even if we go here, he's not gonna end up beating this one. Oh my god, I gotta show it. I know I don't want to show it because I know he's gonna end up dying. He just is, because those multi punches, they hurt. And once he get hit by the multi punch and he doesn't have the ability to come back to life, he just gets the one cheat that, then he's gonna end up dying. So let's just see here. We gotta show it, can't just say it. Let's just show it. And I wish it would just auto to 4. That would be nice and I could just go, but let's just see how he does here. Chances are he's not gonna really do much. Let's see. But again, he has to crit to do any damage to this boss too. So he teleports and he did 2 steals and he's not doing anything. But at least the hits are not that, because he stole HP from the boss twice. Okay, and he should be able to tank this, right? That don't even do anything to him. But the multi-punch does. They hurt. I told you. The multi-punch will take you out. But again, as you can see, he's not super duper OP in every single situation, which I feel like he can slide, right? You know, for Twilight Lands, and let's go to him here. What I was thinking about, I was dreading going the energy route. The energy route, we could definitely go the energy route now, right? Because we could just run this gear set here, and I could play around with it where I move these boots and put HP, so we give him some additional HP here, right? Like temper these out and put them here, so he would get what, 30? I think it's 30%, and then another 40. Is it 40%? I think that's what it is. No, it's 70%. What am I talking about? 70%. Let's actually look who has it. Connor should have it maxed out. Yeah, 70%, an additional 70 and an additional 35. I was completely wrong. So that's almost 105 increase to his HP at the current level of where he is. So might want to play around with that, and then just run the bugged set where here these two can't really do this one, because then maybe I could, but then it would be not beneficial to do that. But we will get some extra HP there. But playing around the gears for me right now, what I'm looking at, because again, I'm also thinking about once he gets to Awaken 7, you can play around with the accuracy and see, because with this set here, he already is over 150 because of the guild tech. But one thing I was thinking about is also what could they potentially do, right? Obviously they're gonna reduce something's gonna be reduced about his A3, but for me, I'm just like, it's in certain situations, not all situations. If it was every boss he was doing all of that, then I can understand it. But again, limits and caps. But there isn't really any other places to take him in PvP, right? We can look at it for him against the vanguards, right? Let's see if we can find our boy here. And right, because the problem would be is that the fact that if he goes against Heindel, he gets stuck in the realm, right? So if Heindel kills him, then he absorbs only Heindel's HP, comes out of it, then it pretty much and one thing I'm gonna talk about that in a second, it'll pretty much only steal Heindel's HP, and how that goes. But one thing I realized about him is that his teleport. It's a teleport. So he can actually, I was saying that Carriolis' circle would interrupt him. No, it doesn't. Because he teleports. It's not a charge, it's a teleport. So I was completely wrong about that. But the reason why, I'm running this actually, well, we're already here. So let's just see. Let's just see what he can do. I don't have the proper gears on him for right now, but this one, we should be able to win it, right? We're gonna target Res, right? But again, it's the Connor show still. Connor's still that dude, right? But this combination actually works pretty well, right? Because it's like a constant. Well, he's actually doing a lot more damage than Connor. It's a constant getting bigger, right? Actually, it's his show for this one, right? He got that one. You got that? Yeah, that was him. Because Rez keeps pointing into Canis. Canis keeps making them bigger. The team gets bigger. Everybody gets bigger, and we do bigger damage, right? And again, if we happen to go into the invincibility state, right, we end up increasing our damage. And now that I'm thinking about that, can I see that team again? I want to see something. Oh, I thought I was running wrong again, because I was like, oh man, if we had space, we could have put the new guy, because then he would help to give an additional cheat dead to potentially either Rez or what's his name, Canis. But we're not gonna go there. We're gonna go one team that I've been going back and forth with, this tank team here. I've been going against this tank team because, again, you know how it goes. You see the numbers, you see the red. You're always gonna see the red, right? In between this gem here, oh my god, it is so annoying. The one that reduces your energy and rage, it is probably one of the most annoying gems to deal with, because especially with the tanks, you would think that Connor give you the full stack. No, you have to reduce it. But the thing is, can we beat them, right? I think the big part about all of this is Rez needs to continuously make Canis bigger. Canis getting bigger makes us bigger. We have a lot that we're going against here. Make us bigger. The bigger we get, the more damage we do. And where is he? He might end up dying. This one can go one of two ways. We know that Airbeard is going to end up dying at some point. But with him, he's very interested in PvP. If our Panda can stay up, then we'll be good. I think we're max here. It's his Connors fighting our Canis. And we got a little bit decimated. It's over, because we just lost Canis, actually. We lost our Canis. And yeah, it's not looking too good. But if what's his name can stay up, we could be in a good position here. It just sucks that why isn't this Canis moved at all? Right? Here we go. So now it's gonna be one. No, we have to take out the Panda first. This fight is not easy. It's really not. And it comes down to dead. Almost. And wait, Rez is still alive? How is Rez still alive through all of this? That's just crazy to me. Look at Rez. You gotta love it, man. So, of course, we know that thing is broken, because that don't even make any sense. He should have been dead a long time ago. Right? Finally. But, again, this fight, it goes one of two ways. Like, if our if our Connor stayed alive, we can win this. We're going to run it one more time. And, it is what it is. But it all comes down to RNG. RNG plays a huge part in here. Yes, we can take this guy out, right, which would change the fight drastically, right, and bring another tank like Wharton. Wharton doesn't have his gear on. I don't really feel like switching gears. Actually, let me just switch the gears here. Okay, so let's just try a switch. I don't think it's going to help, right? I don't personally think it's going to help, but let's just see if we can get this going. Again, we're facing the rally drops and all of that. So again, obviously I can show you the other stuff, but is that fun though? Look at the damage though, right? It's just, I think if he could just get off his ultimate more, So resonance maybe, right? But the damage, remember, bringing Orton increases our damage a lot. And I think our Orton's about to die, right? But he got bigger. I think he died there. And we lost our panda, so it's falling apart. It's literally falling apart. It's bad. It's not looking too good for us. Yeah, Connor just goes on a tear, man. His Connor just goes on a tear. It's just crazy to me how nuts Connor can be here. Okay, we got it done. And I actually lost my Connor there. He actually died. I'm telling you, Connor's crazy, by the way. But as you can see, well, I think we'll leave it at that. See, he didn't even do that crazy amount of damage. Of course, it was Connor, but his Connor is just on something else. He killed my Connor at the end. He's like, no, I'm taking you with me. I'm going to die. But again, I just wanted to show you that there. But, fighting the other teams, we can go against this energy team here. Like, this energy team, I think it still destroys this team. Because, again, this prototype right here, oh my god, it just drains energy, and you can't cast ultimates. If you can't cast ultimates, then you know how it goes, right? You're just not gonna do too much. But the teleport works. He goes in there, he gets in the middle, but he can't cast his ultimate because he's stunned by Nord, and then Akai and Hakai just I'm telling you this because I tried all of these fights, right? So again, see, this is what happens. They're turtle crawling. That's just the best way to put it. And we're getting bigger, sure, but does that really help? No. He's actually, no. I thought he was in the mix. We're turtle crawling towards them. The thing is, if we can touch them, okay, so Take is dead, which is great. I saw that. Take just died. We lost Panda. And yeah, this is where it falls apart, just like that. And you see that damage that you just took? Can you just cast your ultimate, my boy? Please cast your ultimate. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, we still have, oh wow, I didn't even see Orton over there. Wow. Get your ultimate off and it should be over, right? No? I was looking at Nord and oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. Yeah, but as you can see, the energy team is still tough to beat. It really is. But just even the fact that we were close, I thought that was him. But there was a moment there where his HP just started to melt. But again, I think lifesteal would potentially help out, but what is lifesteal really going to do, right? In that situation, because we have energy down, and we could play around with just taking him out. And the thing is about this team is obviously optimal, right? You can definitely use it. That's kind of the thing there. None of these tanks are gonna really help out with anything. We could do Teresh, but Teresh is just gonna throw him to the edge of the circle, so that's not gonna really work. I was gonna say you should have woken Teresh, but apparently it's not how it is. We can run Ampu, that's cheese, but new hero is not really gonna bring much to the table. Of course, the additional cheat debt will help, or we can go with the Vanguard. The thing is, for me, using him is actually optimal. It works for me. So let's just see how it goes. The Vanguard, he can go in there and disrupt whatever. But I think even running Emma here pushes them back. I don't want to push them back. I want them to be closer to me. And Panda dying. Remember, we can't even knock them down anyways. Sheer removal will help this team a lot. Where is he? Did he teleport yet? He should have already. I don't know where he is, and then the whole team just implode on itself. Like after a while, it just all explodes, right? And then he's the last man standing, and he's gonna end up dying. But that is that there. Not much we can do about it. We can't get in close. It's very hard to take them out because they're pushing us back. They have a lot of synergy going together, so can't be mad at that. At least we're not running through everything. Let's try this one here and see. This is the other energy team without the take and without the Garriolas. Of course, big part of it is Seikai. Seikai is just ridiculous. We're about to get a big pushback right here in a second. There it is, yep. And then again, getting close. And that's the biggest problem, is that we can't get in close. So again, maybe, just maybe, I have extra slot, right? Yeah. I'm going to go back and try that again because I just now remember I have an extra slot there and see how that would help. So even this one we're struggling with. Connor got the big, well, thing is dead. Seen that? Okay, Connor just literally one tap everybody there. How did he do? Let's see the damage. Connor, and he basically didn't do anything. So not a super duper OP in that situation there, but I remember now that I have the slot, and then actually you want to see them against the summoners, don't you? You do. So let's just try this, because again she does have shield removal, and I can actually use her. Where's Art? Let's just see, right? If she helps, if not, then it is what it is. She can't even get her ultimate off, and she got it, which should have removed the shields and invincibility. I don't see no shields going nowhere. I didn't see that, right? And getting bigger doesn't really matter if you're just gonna die, right? But that's the biggest problem. We can't get inside. So that is that. He's right there. He's invincible, and he can't do anything. You're invincible and you're still stunned. So not much we can do there. I'm gonna go against the top summoner team that we have here and see. His Dodgy is awake in 7. Amat is not actually at awaken 7. It's actually awaken 6. Amat, I've challenged this team already. So we'll go with a tank and then we'll get on out of here, right? Let's just see how we do here. This one is kind of the same thing as the tank team. As you can see, we're slow crawling again. We're taking a lot of damage out the gate. It's just tough. It looks good, right? No, it's not. It's really not. It really ain't. I've fought this fight many a times. I know when it looks good, but the revives, man. The revives is just nuts. Oh, maybe. No. I'm not sold. I'm just not. Until they win, I'm not sold. I was not sold at all. But I think the struggle I was having was when I was using air beer, right? Yeah, let's see. That's the fight that I was having. I think bringing ore in and increasing your tank damage definitely made a huge difference. But again, it's not really full on, Cara. It is a Cara, right? Carabyne. He picks and chooses when he want to show up, right? It's a Connor show, of course, right? But in this situation, we can still lose, right? So we lose the beer, right? And the more scarier part is Dodgy at this point, because she starts to become ridiculous. And yeah, there it is. This is the end. And the beer, oh no, yeah, that was it. Right after that, we lost, right? That's the more scarier part about it. We pretty much lost there, right? Yeah. And that's what could potentially happen. But I think the difference there was because we had Orton, and Orton was increasing our damage, which made it so they couldn't really recover from it. Like the damage we were outputting was just so high, and it could be RNG. Let's see. Yep, could be up to RNG. Depends on what it is. Sometimes you win them, sometimes you lose. Right? There's no other different team. So let's go against Mayhem here. He does have 6 units, so bring some support. See what Moss can do. And displacement. Fiona? I see a lot of people using Fiona, so let's just see what happens. He doesn't have Heindel, so don't have to worry about that too much. And Airbear dies right away. We do have Ares to worry about. Maz is dead. Okay, understandable. And of course, it's gonna end up being him that does all the damage, which makes sense. He does dispel invincibility, right? So let's see if that helps here. He just has to get his ultimate off, probably because of stuns. Can't really do much about the stuns. He has a lot of bleed on him. Oh my goodness, that's the bleed from Barag. But Barag is dead. Interesting. Killed off Barag, and now we have to face Ares, and we have invincibility. Wow. Okay. So just playing around with that team again. Let this guy, if they make an adjustment in terms of the A3, even the A3, he's gonna do well in PvE in terms of high HP situations. They put the limiter on it. That's just the best way to put it. A limiter in terms of this. His value would drop depending on how high the limiter is. He might be still worth bringing to 8-3, right? I think 7 is more for PvP, right? Because this here would be busted. Because imagine having over 100 million HP, right? Because you're taking from trillions. 20% from trillions is a lot. Give me 20% of $1 trillion right now, and I'll be set for life, right? So again, if they cap it, then his value will drop, but I still think he'll still be decent. It won't be as OP as you see in those situations. Probably won't be one tap in 18 by himself soloing, right? But again, I was completely wrong, and you can do what you have to in the comments. Thing is with me, if I'm wrong, I admit that I'm wrong, right? But again, if you made it this far in the video, the word of the day is Carabyne. Because boy, was I wrong. For those that are new around here, make sure you hit the subscribe button for updates, guides, tier list walkthroughs, and of course, the fun to play series. Man, again, I don't want to push the tier list back. I don't. Because I want to see what they do with this guy, but again, I'm gonna have to put an asterisk. What's the word? Asterisk on this guy, if that's the right word. Let me know down in the comments, right? On him, because again, I have him at S tier right now for PvE, right? PvP, he still needs a little bit of pieces around him, right? And I think adding on Awakened 7, it'll be interesting to see how much damage the waterfall, is it the waterfall or the sea? The sea is underneath them, and the waterfall comes from above. Okay, or whatever it is, whatever they want to call it. For those that are rocking with me, let me know how you feel about my opinion switching from bring him to 3 or not. It's worth it for right now. I don't know if it's going to change, but the thing is, if you have the tickets, I'll just say just bring him to 3. Worst come to worst, they change it or they don't. If they don't, then he's a must bring him to 3 at this point, right? Without further ado, I want to thank you for watching. Till the next video. Peace.